You know, we test out possibilities in a way that's not dependent on language. The other thing that most art therapists will tell you is that art somehow connects into our unconscious. And I think it's quite ironic, and I get very frustrated about this, that art therapists will say, or people will say, art therapy connects with the unconscious, and yet they can't tell you how it happens, nor do they practice in a way that gives the opportunity for that to happen. So if you believe that using art taps into the person's unconscious, then what you need to do is work to suppress the usual conscious way of knowing about things, the usual cognitive awareness that we might have. And you need to take it into a whole new realm. You need to allow the art to tell the story in a completely different way. Because when that happens, that is tapping into that unconscious realm. It's becoming playful. It's becoming, it's putting it in the world of imagination. And by putting it into that world of imagination and manipulating it in there, then the cognitive self can cut back in and try to make meaning of what they've discovered, and often find different ways of knowing about something that were never present before. Because the thing is that when we have a problem, it's so common for us to talk to our neighbour, to talk to our partners or our friends, and to tell it the same way over and over and over again. And we lock it down. With words, we lock it into this possibility. And as soon as there's an offering of an alternative, we have another set of words that we use to dismiss that, to lock it down and say, no, that's not going to work, or that can't be it. And we're very quick to put those in place, and they become so well rehearsed that actually we box it up and tie it up really tightly. Using the art means that we can tell the story in a very different way, in an imagined realm, in a vastly different world to how we've usually seen our problem. And then when the paint falls off the edge of the page and goes on the other side, we've got a chance to go, oh, hang on, in my situation, in this circumstance, when would the paint fall to the other side? And so we start to think outside of our known responses to find ways of understanding what's happening to us, or ways of moving forward, ways of refiguring the problems that we face, that we bring to therapy.